since you were a part of the biggest talent raid and the impossible dream that it did, unseating Vince for so long, who should Tony Khan go into the coffers for and do an NWO-like pilfering? Because you'd have to go for the money.
Well, you're going into the Dungeon of Doom. I mean, you're doing it just like me and Scott did.
Right, so you'd need a huge leap of faith from some pricey talent.
You would need Mahomes' money.
He's got it.
Yeah, but who's going to take it?
If somebody who feels they're not being used well, who maybe thinks too many people at the top of the card with me, let me go somewhere and transform. Why did you go? Money.
Yeah, but
it wasn't to work with the Shockmaster.
No, it wasn't as much the money as it was that my wife was 6 months pregnant, and I had just got done working like 320 days that year. Money was huge, but being home half the year, and then on top of that, it was guaranteed money, and it's really hard to do your finances when you don't know what you have coming in.
Okay, so there's no reason he couldn't do that. He couldn't make a schedule arrangement with somebody, 2 people maybe.
Everybody that he could get his hands on, they haven't done anything with.
Oh, couldn't get their hands on because of the non-compete, you mean?
There's no once they ask out of their contract, there is no non-compete now.
Okay, so.
But they're anybody they let go of to just go over to their TV is not going to mean anything anyway.
Because they wouldn't let them go. What if they have a contract
expires?
I mean,
okay, let's take LA Knight. Okay? Mm-hmm. LA Knight's over. He's continues to get more over. So he makes the jump, and
Drew.
Okay, but
what happened with his contract? It was almost up, right? What happened?
Right, I don't know.
Did he get the re-sign? Steve, find out.
But to go to AEW, to go someplace where there's 600,000 eyes on you,
with the promise of turning that,
what's the
possibility of being able to change that by going over there?
They're not. Who's going to pitch the angle to you that makes you say, okay, that could work?
Jericho gives you a call. Says, hey, I see your contract's almost up.
I don't know. They were chanting after he beat Hook. They were chanting retire. So, I mean, I don't know. You know.
I think Taz. Shivani.
I just don't think there's anybody that's going to pull you over.
Oh, he's got to try something. Steve, get Austin. Make him the commissioner of the company. Pay him whatever those royalties he's getting now.
Number one, Steve ain't doing anything every week.
Right.
Nor is anybody in that, in that realm in their life. It's just, man.
Well, Steve, maybe he's a bad example. You got to do something big like that. You got to go big.
Well, what you got to do is you got to quit fucking going on national television and shitting in the ring. That thing they ended with was garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't. That's number one. You've got to get somebody in there creatively that knows what the fuck they're doing. That was Tony's idea. It was bad. I just went through 7 layers of why it was a bad idea.
Where's Jim Herd these days?
I think he just opened another Pizza Hut.